If you're trying to make money selling sports cards on Whatnot, this is the video for you, and one I really wish existed when I had started. I've sold over 10,000 cards and done over $100,000 in sales on Whatnot, and today I'm going to share the stuff that people don't talk about. Not a step-by-step of how to operate an app. You guys are smart enough to figure that out. This is about the tough stuff. What cards actually sell, what buyers really want, and how to build an audience that'll keep coming back. Whether you're just getting started or you have a Whatnot stream and you're kind of trying to take it to the next level, here's some tips that I think will really help you guys out, find a little bit more success, and avoid some of the mistakes I made early on that really cost me. Let's just get into it. First, let's start out with an easy one that'll help anyone on Whatnot, whether you're brand new or haven't even started, whether you're a veteran. If you implement this tip, it'll help you out. And that would be the cards you're actually selling, focus on superstars and eye appeal cards. Actually, I shouldn't assume that you guys know this. On Whatnot, a lot of the way people sell is with something called sudden death. So there's sudden death, which is 10, 15 second rapid fire auctions, and whatever the bid is, when it hits 1 second, that's it, it's over. It doesn't get extended or anything, so people are making really quick decisions. And if you have a card there, you can't like have cards that you need to explain, right? Or aren't easily understandable. Like if you're gonna pull out, I don't even know a name, like this is a card from the 90s of not a big name and it's a variation that looks similar to the base card. Like that stuff in general doesn't do well on Whatnot. Like if you only have 10 seconds, 15 seconds to make a decision most of the time, you need stuff that people can see and are immediately interested in and immediately understand, right? Like you don't have to explain Jaden Daniels silver rookie. If someone looks at that, there's a ton of people who want Jaden Daniels, are interested in Jaden Daniels. They know it's a rookie card. They know that there's value there, almost more importantly. That's the biggest thing. It's like they won't be afraid to bid or to purchase something because they understand it and they know there's value there. And just eye appeal, right? Like we're simple animals after all. I'm tough speaking for myself too. Like this card shines, this card doesn't. I mean, which card would you want? Sure, one of them is a Troy Reich card and one of them is an Erling Haaland card. So I'm sure that will play no factor into your guys' decision. But 10 seconds, like split second decision, which one are you going for? I'm going for the shiny one. So that may sound like a stupid tip, but really that stuff matters. Like a lot of what I do when I'm picking on my inventory for Whatnot shows, I'm like, what looks cool? You know, I want to get cards that have value and people will enjoy and are like good cards, but a lot of it is just like, oh, that caught my eye. I think this would catch someone else's eye. And yeah, I don't want to belabor it too much because I think you guys get it, but superstars, it's pretty straightforward. Like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Messi. Man, I'm bad at baseball. Who would even, Ohtani, you know, like those are the names. That's what I personally fill up a lot of my Whatnot stream with. And I think there's definitely room. You don't want to just have only 3 people in an auction. That'd be boring. But I think in general, the better strategy has to have those big names, and I think you'll do better on Whatnot. Number 2 is understanding that Whatnot's biggest strength is its velocity, which basically means your ability to move a lot of cards quickly and easily. So going off of that, like Whatnot isn't eBay, right? I love eBay. I actually do most of my selling on eBay. I think as a general blanket statement, you're not gonna get top dollar selling your cards on Whatnot unless you're a big time streamer or celebrity. I'm sure you guys have seen their streams maybe. They'll get ridiculous prices on their cards. But realistically, for 99.9% of you guys watching here, also me, I probably would get more money selling my cards on eBay, being more patient, doing more work, even at a card show or something like that. But what makes Whatnot really special is I can, in 2 hours, let's call it 3 hours total of work, I can sell hundreds of cards, thousands of dollars in cards. I can't do that on eBay. Heck, I can't even really do that at a card show. Like, and I have an audience, right? I'm speaking for myself. Whatnot is special. Like, you have to understand that and just know, like, that's its strength. Nowhere else can you just move so many cards so quickly and with not that much effort, right? And that's the thing, right? That kind of goes into my mini tips here. You have to optimize that, really optimize it and make it as quick as possible if you want to have success, right? So I told you guys this wasn't going to be a step-by-step video, but one of the biggest things I do is the number system. So I think most streamers do some sort of variation of this, but basically I'll put this card on the stream. I'll set up a box of cards. My prep for the show is I'll literally just take a box, throw cards in there. That can be as quick as 5 minutes. And then during the stream, I'll sell the card, and then I have these little stickers, and it'll have like a number 1 on there. So I'll sell the card, take the sticker, and then stick number 1 on there, and then it's marked for shipping, right? So you're gonna do that, and then when you create your listings, you're not gonna do individual listings because that takes too long. I'll just make my listing, I'll do raw card, and then I'll do 100 of them, and then you just click, and then you just run that auction, and it'll automatically number them. It'll be raw card 1, and then you run the next auction, raw card 2, and then you just stick those stickers. So you don't have to type anything, you don't have to list individual cards, you don't have to take pictures, you don't have to do anything. I'm not gonna go into the full nitty-gritty of that system because this is not a tutorial video, but the point of that, one, if you start selling on Whatnot, you'll understand what I'm explaining there with the system. But two, more importantly, you guys will know that optimization is key to you having success and being able to move cards super quickly. That's the whole point of Whatnot. But before we dive too deep into all the tips, I do have to touch quickly on some of the negatives of Whatnot, because if you don't understand those, then you won't be able to get over some of those hurdles and challenges you'll face, and then you won't be able to ever find success. Really quickly, obviously I do a lot of sales on Whatnot, and I have a special referral link for you guys if you want to be a seller on Whatnot. I know sometimes it can kind of be a slower process to get approved and stuff like that, but if you use the referral link coming directly from me, hopefully that'll help you guys out. It also helps support me. This isn't a sponsored video, but just hopefully it can move you guys along. My referral link in the description down below, that'll get you guys set up over on Whatnot so you can start making some sales, have a show, get started. Anyways, back to the video. The first thing you gotta understand is if you're brand new with no audience, brand new account on Whatnot, you're gonna have a hard time getting people into your room for the first couple streams. I even had that issue, and at the time, once again, I sound like I'm, kind of a little bit of an a-hole here, but I had an audience. I have a YouTube channel. I had people who supported me and were interested in what I was doing. And my first couple streams, I had 15, 20 people in the room, which is actually not bad for a brand new stream, but it made it tough. And if you're starting and no one knows who the heck you are, it's just gonna be tough. And one, you have to accept that, but two, I think you have to come up with some sort of way to get people into that room. You don't have to be famous, you don't have to be a YouTuber, you don't have to own a card shop, but if you just literally just create an account and go live, Whatnot doesn't work like that. You're just not gonna have really anyone come into your room, and then you won't be able to make any sales. So if you have a local card shop, maybe, or people who have some sort of Instagram presence, some friends, maybe have them post a little story for you, or maybe make a YouTube channel, maybe a TikTok is even a better idea. You can kind of make a TikTok, get some sort of audience. I don't know. I'll be honest, I haven't done it. I haven't started from zero on Whatnot. Mine was YouTube. That's how I got people into my room. So you got to be creative. You got to think of something. But and you know what? I'm sure it is possible to have success eventually, just starting from zero. But my recommendation would be one, accept it's going to be tough, but two, more importantly, find out some other way to get people into your room, because it's not like TikTok where the algorithm will just throw people towards your content. Whatnot just doesn't really work like that. Number 4 is kind of in a similar vein and also is going to apply to you, especially if you're new. You have to be willing to accept some losses on your cards if you want to have any success. So even for me, it's twofold. So one, at the beginning, there's going to be losses. You're probably going to lose overall. I'd be very surprised if you can just start a brand new stream and make money the first time you go live. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. That's pretty rare. So one, accept that, but even no matter how far you progress, I'm still dealing with it today. You're gonna lose money on cards. You're gonna run a $20 card and it's gonna sell for $3. That happens to me all the time. And sometimes I have 100 people in my room. That's just part of it. And that used to stress me out so much, and I'd get so fixated on that particular card. I'm like, wow, I lost so much money there. Or I can't believe that went for that. But we'll transition to the good stuff now, hopefully. If you get it going, it balances out. You're gonna have wins on cards. And also, like I said before, the important thing about Whatnot is not getting top dollar for your cards. It's the ability to move cards very quickly and very easily. So yeah, like I said, now transitioning to the more hopeful, better tips. This is how you combat that last one. You're gonna wanna have a few money cards that you can count on being profitable and kind of helping you generate an overall profit for your stream. So there's no like specific answer to the test here, right? I'm not gonna be like, here are the 3 cards that you can sell on Whatnot and always make money. If it was that easy, then everyone would be doing it and it just wouldn't work, right? But I think you'll kind of learn as you go. But here, let me give you an example just off the top of my head. I think something like a Paige Bucher's Panini Instant Rookie is the type of card that would do well on Whatnot, but you could get for a pretty cheap price, right? It sells for $5 on eBay. It's like, you can probably get it for like $3 at a card show, maybe if you're lucky, or in bulk or whatever. That's a cool card. You know, people like Paige Bucher's, you don't see that card all the time. She doesn't really have rookies out there that much. This is one of the few ones. I wish I could explain better why it's a good profitable card. Let me try. 1, it checks the box of you can get into it for cheap. 2, it appeals to a lot of people. It has that superstar thing, and I don't know. I apologize. I'm not explaining this as well as I want to, but I think the first thing that I definitely can't explain is in general, it's going to be cards you can get into for fairly cheap. And that's going to be different for every person, right? You got to identify it. Maybe it's a dollar boxing, like you're getting them really cheap. Maybe you have a connection with someone who sells a bunch of refractors in bulk, or it's like the hottest rookie right now and you live in Chicago and you have a bunch of Chicago Cubs fans in your stream, and you know that Pete Crow Armstrong rookie cards are going to do really well. Like I said, I can't give you the exact answers to the test. It's kind of hard to understand like until you actually do it, but you'll start identifying the type of cards you can consistently make money on, and then that's really going to change the landscape for you and allow you to be a lot more successful on Whatnot. Number 6. The next tip, kind of going a little contrary to the money cards thing. You have to have good cards that catch people's eye and is going to keep them in the room, even if they're not necessarily the most profitable for you. I mean, people's attention spans are short. You know, on Whatnot, I think you can literally just swipe to the next stream. And I see a lot of people who are only running $1 cards, $2 cards, in just like base, like stuff that people don't even want. So that's the tough balance, right? Here I'm actually giving you guys the good stuff. You're more likely to make money on that stuff, right? If you're only running cards that you're into for 25 cents, 50 cents, $1, you'll probably make money because there's no downside, right? If it sells at all, if it sells for $2, you're doubling your money, you're doubling your money, you're doubling your money. And I think a lot of people can fall into that and they're just tempted by that, but people are gonna leave the room. They're just like not gonna be interested. You need stuff, that rare stuff that people don't see any day, or give them at least the chance to get a high-end card that maybe they wouldn't see all the time, a downtown, numbered card, stuff like that, or else they're just gonna leave. And yeah, like I said, you might lose a little money. I don't want to give specific numbers because it depends on your stream or whatever, but let's say you lose like a downtown or a good rookie card, like people are always gonna bid on it, right? So you might lose a little money. I don't think you'll get absolutely killed, but that's well worth it to have people in the room, having people getting cards they actually like, having a good experience, and especially in the long run of just your overall stream, I think it'll pay off for you, but also the long run of just building an audience, building a product that people actually like. Well worth it and necessary. You can't just give people junk, they will leave. Next one, more sacrifice. I feel bad. I guess I'm just kind of telling you the tips that come to mind. Whatnot is a lot of sacrifice, a lot of grind. Giveaways. I think giveaways are good. People joke, like there's this thing on Whatnot called giveaway goblins. There's people who come in and they will never buy anything. All they care about is just giveaways, getting stuff for free. 1, you can set it up where at least they have to follow you, so that helps. And 2, you can even make it where they have to buy something to be able to get into the giveaway. I think it's still good. Just do some general giveaways because we are sheep. As humans, we are all sheep. We like what other people like. So if you see a bunch of people who are in the room, you're like, oh, this room seems cool, I'll hang out in here. As opposed to you go into a room that has 1 person in it, 2 people in it, you'll probably leave. So if you have 25, 30 people in your room, even if 15 of them only care about the giveaway, especially when you're starting out, I think it's a worthwhile trade, right? That's the other thing. It doesn't have to be crazy stuff. You don't have to be giving away an $100 card every 5 minutes. How about you say, I'm gonna, like a lot of times what I think something cool, just get a $75 box of cards, then you give out packs. Maybe give out 2 packs, or you give out $5 cards, $10, cheap slab every here and again. I think giveaways actually are, as much as the giveaway goblins and that stuff is annoying and you're gonna lose money, you're giving it away for free, right? I think that is an integral part of growing your stream and just getting people in the room. Last 2 tips, really nailing down into like making this happen. And this is almost a way to simplify everything I've already said. Track what people like and what does well for you. So obviously you wouldn't know that before your very first stream. I think, like I said, a lot of this is just learning as you go. I'm just going to go back to the Chicago example. Wow, I'm a Chicago card shop, or I'm from Chicago. People loved when I run Cubs and Bulls cards. When I ran Knicks cards or San Francisco 49ers cards, they didn't do as well. And sometimes it might even surprise you. Like for me, one thing, when I run Formula One cards, people love it. I mean, I love Formula One, but I was like, I'm the only one who collects it. Who the heck is going to care that I run Formula One cards? People love it, and they always do well. So that's a big thing. I was like, okay, I'm going to run a good amount of Formula One cards. I'm always going to have Formula One cards, and that's something that makes people enjoy the stream and also is profitable for me. And once again, it's going to be different for every person. There's no right answers to any of this whatnot test. It's going to be different for you, different on what you like, what you can get, and what your stream likes. And the last one, final tip, maybe the most important tip of all, you have to find a way to be different or entertaining in some way. If I can give you guys anything from this video, don't be one of the whatnot streamers who yells and is like, come on guys, buy it. How are you not bidding enough? That's garbage. What are you guys doing? Just like, I don't know why that's a thing on Whatnot where people just yell. That's not enjoyable. No one's gonna want to be in your stream and just get yelled at, especially if you're brand new. Make it fun. Have a little fun. Like, get some light music in the background if you can. Once again, this isn't a step-by-step video, but get a face cam so people can see you, so people can interact. Tell jokes, tell stories, be cool, interact with the chat. That's an easy one. You don't have to have any type of personality or figure it. Just interact with the chat. Ask people how they're doing, connect with them, do some stuff, and yeah, just be different in some sort of way. Don't try to just copy what you see other people doing. The thing that's different about Whatnot versus eBay or a card show or anywhere you've ever sold cards for before, your personality and the experience just doesn't matter at all on eBay or even at a card show, really. It's almost as much about people liking to hang out with you and being in your room as it is the actual cards themselves. So find a way to make it enjoyable. I don't know how to make it any more simple than that. I know it may be easier said than done to actually figure that out, but if you make it a good place for people to be and people like you, they will return. You'll grow your audience. And that's the most important thing. Growing your audience versus any other tip, that's gonna help you the most to move more cards and have better success. But if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you next time. Peace.